What if everyone on Earth suddenly became happy? So happy they forgot who they were. Except one miserable person. Sounds like sci-fi weirdness, right? Well, buckle up because that's exactly what Pluribus throws at you. From the mastermind behind Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul, this new show starts with a whisper of dread and builds into something deeply weird, but in the best way. Let's dig in. First up, the title Pluribus. We might only glance at it, but the show actually plays on the Latin phrase e pluribus unum, out of many. What a great fit. The world is literally turned into one collective consciousness by a virus or alien signal. And one person, our anti-hero, in a weird twist is stuck outside of it. So from episode 1 right through episode 2, the title is echoing the story. The many become one, and our protagonist is the odd one out. Love the alignment of title and the story right off the bat. Now, this isn't just another apocalypse show. It's by Vince Gilligan. Yeah, the genius behind Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul. So you know the world building and character development have serious potential. And spoiler alert, they don't disappoint. What I mean, you sense from the first minute that this is a carefully built house, not a flimsy one. Rooms you'll get lost in, characters you'll care about or loathe, and a mystery that's more than just zombies versus survivors or something like that. Here's a little Easter egg for the Breaking Bad, Better Call Saul fans. The setting is in Albuquerque, New Mexico. That nod is a nice wink. Without turning into a full shared universe, it grounds the show, gives a particular flavor, and if you're a fan of those earlier series, you'll feel a comfortable texture. I love that they lean into it. Makes the weirdness of the virus, the hive mind joining, which I'll talk more about in a second, even sharper because it's happening in a place that feels real. Now, it's time to talk a little bit more about the virus, because this is where Pluribus flips the usual apocalypse script. In the first 2 episodes, we find out that the event is called the joining, where an extraterrestrial radio signal translated into a nucleotide RNA sequence triggers a global effect. Here's what we know so far. Billions of people are infected. They become part of one massive consciousness, the others, or joined. They're happy, peaceful, dare I say blissful, but also stripped of individuality. And our hero is Carol Storka, played by Rhea Seehorn. She's one of very few immune people to this virus or this signal. A few takeaways. It's not zombies, no shambling undead, rather a happy apocalypse you might call it. The notion of the hive mind or the collective identity is the threat. The virus acts like a philosophical, metaphysical argument. What's the cost of happiness if you lose self? Episode 2 shows the joint can reproduce or enforce the effect. Carol meets other immunes. Some are resigned to the change. Others, like her, resist. In short, the virus leads to the joining, which leads to the collective, which leads to the immune resistance. And that shift is very tightly done. I want to talk a little bit more about the tone. And I'm gonna talk a little bit about what I really loved about the apocalyptic tone of this show. You know how early Walking Dead, for those who have watched it, had this eerie, mysterious, dreadful feeling? Even before the walkers were truly unleashed, that sense of dread, ambient horror, moments of silence and ominous unease. Pluribus nails that same vibe, except there are no zombies. The world collapses by natural means. Technology turned weird, people convulsing, hushed chaos in Albuquerque streets. That mood makes the show stand out from typical post-apocalyptic survivors in bunkers fare. Then, layering in the philosophical moral dimension, the show asks, is it better to live in a peaceful hive or suffer in individuality? It reminds me of Westworld, in how it doesn't just show collapse, it shows choices, what we become. And interestingly, it's kind of the opposite of the new movie, Begonia. where aliens think of humans as failed experiments. Here, humans face their own failed experiment by becoming together rather than separate. The timing of both dropping this month and year is definitely wild. Let's talk a little bit more about the characters and casting. Rhea Seehorn as Carol. If you know her from Better Call Saul as Kim Wexler, you know she brings depth. But here she plays a totally negative, cynical person. A romance novelist who loathes what she writes, who's rude, who doesn't want to be the savior, yet the world forces that story onto her. And I love that. The internal conflict is real. Also, the way the other immunes are introduced, the way the hive mind has representatives and tries to convert her is compelling. The character building is tight. It's not just let's survive together, it's which side of survival are we on, and what does it mean to live. Now, for a mini review of the first 2 episodes, these are what worked. Strong premiere setup, we get the world, the virus, the stakes, all quite quickly. The title and premise mesh nicely with the story. The location, Albuquerque, gives texture and nods to Gilligan's legacy. The atmosphere, the dread, mystery, the weird calm after chaos is fantastic. The moral philosophical questions, not just how do we live, but what kind of life is worth living, are great concepts to think about. And I think the characters work. Seeing Carol forced into something she doesn't want, the immunes, the hive mind ambassadors, all of those are definitely characters that, if given some time, can grow on you. Carol has definitely grown on me so far. Some small caveats though, it is a slow burn. Some viewers who like rapid action may feel like it takes its time. The sci-fi element is heavy, so if you were expecting straightforward survival drama, this is different. Overall, I was impressed. For 2 episodes in, the show feels bold, fresh, and layered. One final big question. Is the virus evil, or is it just different? The show plays with that. The first 2 episodes set the stage in a way that makes you care. But if you watched it, I would love to know your thoughts and opinions as well, so drop it in the comments. What would you do if you were immune and everyone else was merged into a hive mind? Let's talk in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to smash the like button, subscribe to join our community, and hit the bell to be notified when I upload videos for the next episodes. That's it for this video. See you next time for another super video.